Okay, hello, people of Earth. So, I'm back. You heard me, I'm back. And I have finished, like, a day ago, Bunheads. Bunheads by Sophie Flack. Woo! So, yeah. This book, out of my rating system of 5 fingers, I give it a 3. Remember? Okay, I'm a very harsh critic, so I'm only gonna give it 5 out of 5 fingers if it's the most amazing book I've ever read in my entire life. So this book, I liked it. It was really interesting to kind of see, like, into the life of a professional ballerina, and you kind of think, oh yeah, well, they're gonna be all like, oh, I'm a ballerina and everything's great, but really, like, there's some downsides. And it, like, was relatable too, because it wasn't like some of those books where there's, like, the group of friends and they're, like, best friends forever and they never fight and they never talk behind each other's backs and they never do any stuff like that. But in this book, they kind of did have a couple of feuds, which is realistic, because in real life, there's never a group of friends who are always, like, always and forever best friends, blah, 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 no matter what. Yeah. It was kind of boring, though. It was interesting, though. There was, like, the two-sided sword, just to kind of see into the life, a day in the life sort of thing, walk a mile in ballerina shoes. But yeah, it was sort of boring at the same time, because until the very end, like, the plot is kind of like, it's like you're on a roller coaster and the whole roller coaster is just going straight, and then at the end it's like zoom, and then, like, climax, it's like the second last chapter, and then it's done. And yeah, it was kind of the whole book. I was waiting for the moral to come and the point of the story to come out, and it kind of took a while till the very end for that to come out. So there was sort of a love triangle aspect going on in the book. I don't know, I would have liked it better if they kind of had just the one love interest, because, I don't know, I didn't like how she kind of made it seem like it was okay if you were, like, dating 2 guys at the same time and leading both of them on. And of course, there was the favorite, and you obviously knew at the end who she would choose. It wasn't like a big suspense, like a Peeta Gale thing. It was more like that creepy guy who sits in the corner and then the Prince of England kind of thing. In this book, it would be good for girls. Like, there were some borderline stuff that was kind of on the edge of, like, appropriate and not appropriate, if you know what I mean. But compared to a lot of other books, like, this one was pretty good, pretty darn good. So I'm saying, like, it's pretty much good for any age, like, as long as you're at this reading level, like 12-ish up. It wouldn't really appeal to guys. Like, I'm just talking about the normal guy, like, normal except for the fact that you read books and watch my book reviews. It wouldn't really appeal because it is sort of more of a girly book, but if you want to try it, then knock yourself out. Especially if you're a dancer, like, go get this book right now. If you know someone who's a dancer and you have any sort of connection, it's like the book for you. But if you're like me, you're just a normal person, then you might kind of be like, maybe, you know, if I'm there and it's on sale, or if it's at the library, or whatever. And yeah, as you can see, I did a ballerina bun, and it probably makes me look like an alien, and I don't care, because it's form-fitting. Ballerina bunheads, bunhead, except for that I never danced ballet once in my life, except for when I was like 2. Yeah, and also, like, what I do is I read any sort of, like, young adult fiction. So if it's at Indigo and it's there, or if it's at the library and it looks interesting, I read it. Like, I don't have a specific taste. I don't only read certain books. Like, I'm not the kind of person that's, oh, that's not dystopian, oh, that's not sci-fi, oh, that's not chick lit. I ain't gonna read it. Like, I read every genre, and like sometimes I'm not even limited to young adult stuff. Like, I'll read adult stuff too, even though like I only read a small fraction of that. I don't read like every single adult book ever made. Like, I read every single YA book ever made. So yeah, I do urge you to read this, even if you aren't like ballet influenced. It's still very interesting, and it's a good read. It's worth your time. I was really satisfied with the ending. There was a couple aspects to it that I really liked, but it was not the best book that I ever read, but I still think you should read it. And I love you. And you smell like cheese. Okay. Goodbye.